Now, plebes, last video we got
Things got a bit
very,
heated.
yeah, we got a little heated near the end,
Yeah.
and I think that makes us both very, very angry. And how fitting, as the next class we spun is Barbarians.
All right, let's take a look at barbarians.
So
Anyways,
we got 6 subclasses. We
let's see.
have
We've got the Path of the Colossus,
Path of
Path
the
of the Finn,
Fin.
Path of Heavy Metal, the Muscle Wizard, which they apparently brought a 2024 version too.
D&D Beyond.
We're doing the Rage Mage. Oh, we're getting more attempts at the Magic Barbarian.
And then we have Path of Tranquility, which that one I'm confused about when I think of
I mean,
Barbarian. But
I will state, my Wild Magic Barbarian I flavor as Zen.
oh really? Okay.
The
So
flavor's free, man.
first off, we have
So before I even read Path of the Colossus, I worry that this might cross over a bit too much with Path of the Giant.
it could, but we won't know until we find out. Again, I'll link for the store page in the description. Again, I think in general we've had a lot
Alright.
of fun looking at this book in general so far.
Alright, so our first feature is larger than life, and the comparisons are starting interesting. When you begin a rage, your size doubles in all dimensions, and your weight is multiplied by 8. The growth increases your size category by 1,
Okay.
and lasts for the duration of your rage. The size increase doesn't stack with similar size increases.
That's an interesting specification.
If there isn't enough room for you to double your size, you attain the maximum possible size in the space available. Your weapons also grow to match. While these weapons, your attacks with them deal an extra 1d. That is disappointing. While you're raging, you can use your action to make a massive swing in 15-foot line that fits entirely within your reach. Well, super tackle free. Okay, there's the big feature there, I guess.
Which, okay.
Ooh, 15 feet
Fair.
line, attacking everybody. That's
You also gotta keep. Also, I understand why they're limiting you being able to get even bigger, because it's also still providing you that extra. Because enlarger deuce is built as a D4.
Let's
So,
keep going.
first level.
I'm at an interesting point.
Okay.
At 6th level, your mustache can block lines of sight, ranged effects, drawing. Line of sight through your position treats target behind you as if they have 3/4 cover. When you are raging, this becomes total cover.
So you could block shots from hitting her out. That is honestly, if we're talking from tanking like we did for the tier list, that's pretty good for taking damage for your team.
Alright, let's keep going. At 10th level, you can throw massive boulders or other suitably large objects as weapons. Such weapons are considered two-handed heavy throwing weapons with a boulder deals 2d8 bludgeoning damage. You can only throw one boulder per turn. At 14th level, your strength score increases by 2. Your maximum for the score becomes 22. At 20th level, your strength score becomes 26 rather than 24. Well, you make a melee attack while raging. The attack has reach if it didn't have it before.
Okay, so notes. I don't know how I feel about this capstone. It's good. It's good for Barbarian. Don't get me wrong, but
no, it's bad. It's a really bad capstone.
Well, no, I mean, I meant more in the vein of, hey, you're increasing your damage early, and you're technically, when it comes to per hit, your modifier for damage rolls is going to be the highest of any barbarian. That being said, I agree with you. I don't think it's a good capstone to get.
Here are my issues with this subclass, because this subclass, first off, it is competing with a really good barbarian subclass, and we knew that from the start.
It is. Giant Barbarian is a pretty good one.
There is nothing I get here that I don't, except for that initial 3rd level feature, there's nothing I get here that I don't get for Giant Barbarian. Except for the strength boost at the end. But
well, I was going to say imposing
also,
presence is unique.
Not really. Here, Ross.
Oh, what's up?
You make a judgment call on me, Ross. If you were a giant barbarian and you said, "I want to block attacks from our halfling sorcerer," Do you think I'd tell you no?
Well, no, you wouldn't tell me no, but I feel like that'd be you'd attach that to something, like either an action,
Honestly,
bonus action.
no.
Maybe you
No,
could
I
use it.
wouldn't.
No. Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure most DMs would feel the same way. And therein lies my problem with this. This feature, technically, I will note, rules is written, technically this doesn't apply. So I guess this will technically be another one, approved without thought, and also kind of redundant with the rules I use.
Right.
But also, the boulder is piss poor damage for something you can only do once per turn.
Yeah.
Remember, you're not putting any more rage bonuses on top of that.
Yeah, because this is unlike the giant barbarian, you cannot add your rage to thrown weapon attacks.
Correct. So, so we have this issue where, again, the only really big thing it gets is a feature that I don't really like anyways. I would much rather place that with the optional cleave rule that a lot of people use. Anyways, the subclass is approved without thought.
Yeah. But then
Let's
Path
keep
of
going.
the Fin, which I'm assuming this might be a water-based barbarian.
It does seem to be, and you know what?
I mean,
Under the sea.
under the rage. Anyway,
Oh, we're like shark barbarians.
oh, okay.
You can breathe water and air, have a swim speed equal. Additionally, if you are swimming, your rage can't end
early unless you choose to end. What?
That's. Ooh, that one's. Ooh.
When you choose this permanently, additionally.
No, I mean, yes, this all makes sense. That last sentence, though, is giving a late barbarian feature, but it does require a certain condition. But here's my issue.
Oh, if you're okay, that's what I was looking for. Like, wait, is that a period or is that a comma? Like, where's the fine line we're looking at? Because that's a so
Correct.
while swimming.
Yeah. So here's my issue, and I need to point this out. If I'm picking this subclass, it's because I think water is going to be coming up very frequently. Correct?
It's a possibility.
Right.
And in a completely underwater campaign that does not go on land much, I am basically getting a very late barbarian feature very early.
Right.
So I'm going to read the rest of the subclass to make my final judgment.
Yeah, this is on this is already on I would say this is on a fine line.
Your bite, you get a bite, and if you hit with your bite,
it does 1d8.
Starting at 6 later risks matter when you hit a creature within 5 feet of anything, you can use a bonus action to make a bite against another creature. The creature has half its hit points. Use this feature a number of times equal to your Constitution modifier and regain all uses.
That's literally just a bite.
Ooh.
That's literally just a That's just a bite from the other barbarian. The what the fuck is it called?
Okay.
The one where the one that you get like a tail and claws. What the fuck is it called?
I need to do a quick reading. You need a melee bite attack. Your attack bite is which you can use to make unarmed strikes. If you hit with it, you do plus an strength modifier instead of no starting at 6 later basics matter. When you hit a creature within 5 feet, you can use a bonus action to win its creature. This attack has advantage if the creature has half its hit points or fewer, and you can use the feature a number of times equal to yes. So the bite is limited.
Wait, is it the bite in general or just the bonus action bite?
It's the bite in general. That's what I was double checking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's limited.
I can see the bonus action bite being limited. I
can
see that.
Here, yeah, that one. Yeah, the bonus action bite, totally fair. But yes, the bite in general, that seems a bit, well, restrictive? Or it's not even that good of an attack.
I mean, it's an average attack. I would say 1d.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for context, I guess 1d. Wouldn't you agree that 1d8? If we
No,
if
over
we
here, a 1d8
yeah.
is decent damage, especially on a bonus action.
Oh yeah.
My issue is, as a barbarian, I want a d10 at least.
Yeah.
As a barbarian that can two-hand, I should say. Because obviously my actual barbarian that I play is this section. Anyways, carrying on.
Let's see. Blood sense.
A foot in the one. You gain you advance intelligence, knowledge. You can one more cycle of creatures and familiar with as long as the trail less than a week old. Minute caution can detect the scent of all living creatures in a 100-foot radius or up to a mile in the water. Okay.
I mean, it's
okay.
neat. But barbarians are gonna have more than likely a barbarian will either have a bad intelligence. Or...
I mean, I would argue being bad at something is exactly why you want when you want advantage on it.
Right.
Let's carry on. Okay, our bite attack is D10 now.
Oh, yeah, you were just mentioning about this.
And when per turn, when you hit a creature with your bite attack, it must make a dexterity saving throw.
Or be knocked prone.
Or be knocked prone or grappled. That's big.
And
the target has disadvantage on the save if you are swimming.
Okay.
There we go. I will say.
Cool.
We'll get back to this in a second, because I have thoughts. By 14 level, when you enter rage, you can conjure a magical wave of salt water that rises. The wave moves with you as you swim. If a creature is caught in the wave, it is forced to swim and hold its breath until it leaves the waves there, or the wave moves from it. The wave lasts for a minute, afterwards it spreads across the ground in all directions and quickly evaporates. Once you use the feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. That's actually pretty fair.
Okay, so...
That's actually pretty cool. That means that you're always swimming when you rage.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to understand. Like, so wait, we basically can create a pocket pool type of deal.
Yes.
Okay.
So, here, this is approved, and I am not adding the without thought tag, because I do think this subclass is decent.
I think it's cool.
However, I need to dock points. It is not good, really. It does not come alive until 10th level.
That's fair. And I also...
yes. Like, the reason why... I now get why I'm paying for the bites. Maybe an alteration I would probably make that we talk if we ever want to play this subclass is I would probably suggest making the resource tied to the grapple/prone knocking.
I was going to say that, or specifically have it to where this extra knocking prone or grappled is attached to a bonus action bite to where...
And the resource is tied to that.
Right. That... This is a neat idea.
The issue I have is I don't think by 10th level I'm not too concerned, but yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, no,
but again, like I said, I do have to dock points for taking until 10th level for the subclass to be good, though.
I mean, I'll give it a couple points for the fact of this does give you an option to have a bonus action attack.
True, but the problem is other barbarian subclasses also do that.
Right, no, it's like...
Anyways,
I think, of course, a barbarian that has the option does.
Let's carry on. We got more to look at today. The barbarians of the path of heavy metal. You get proficiency with 3 musical instruments of your choice.
That is okay. Cool.
You can spend 8 hours of work converting a 2-handed weapon into an instrument which you are proficient. Only you can play an instrument you've created, which retains all its combat capabilities. You can maintain a total number of instrument weapons equal to your proficiency bonus. Here's my issue, Ross. Flavor is free. If you weren't playing this subclass and told me, hey, could my great axe or whatever, war axe or whatever it's called, the 2-handed axe thing,
battle axe.
Can my battle axe be a guitar? You know what I would say?
Probably yes, because that's fucking sucks.
I would say yes.
Literally, what's her name? Marceline had that.
Yes, obviously thinking the same character, but yes. But that isn't all we get. So let's see what we also get.
Solo shredding.
When you enter a rage, you begin ferociously playing a solo on your instrument weapon. After you deal damage to a hostile creature during your rage with your instrument weapon, you increase your rage bonus damage by 1.
Ooh.
You can increase your rage damage bonus up to a maximum of twice your proficiency bonus. You can increase it. I think that means... Sorry. This sentence is written a little weirdly, so I have to do some interpreting here.
This increase lasts until you're incapacitated.
You are incapacitated, no longer holding your... You miss an attack, or your rage
ends.
ends.
So...
I do want to point out... incapacitated is redundant now.
Yeah.
But, fair enough.
So... okay, how I understand this... which, fun fact, I actually had seen this subclass already because of the people that did the Ranger one that I saw before had covered this one.
Okay.
And how their interpretation is that this bonus damage, not just the rage damage in general, bonus damage.
I will state that is my interpretation as well. That is my interpretation as well.
Which, for the record, for those that don't know, the rage damage bonus at its peak is... Actually, please, you can double check my math here. I believe it's 4.
The rage damage bonus at its peak, I think it may before I... Let me look at my Barbarian for a second.
Because it doesn't go based off of your proficiency, even though I would imagine it should.
No, honestly, I think the damage bonus it does is good.
Oh, no.
That being said...
I'm not saying that it's a bad damage. I'm just saying it bothers me because it's like... It's almost...
You feel it should. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, looking at my level 19 Barbarian, which it's high as the rage damage is as high as it can possibly be. If I look here... Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so, yes.
By level 3...
Yeah, level 3, this scales well. This ability scales well. And the best part is... You have to deal damage, so...
Yeah, you have to be...
This is going to be a...
Attacks, as well as level 3.
You are basically a... As this fight goes, I get stronger, so I'm gonna hang in there. This is the Rocky Balboa Barbarian.
Right, and I do want to bring up, because we're level 3, and that's how I'm looking at this right now.
Yep.
Even though the maximum extra rage damage we would eventually get is 6, which is a lot. You wouldn't be getting that up to that high until at least round 4. Because you only have one attack. Unless you...
Correct.
Unless
you
have a way to do a bonus action attack.
Which you might. There are ways. Right. But yes. But the point is... I also want to note something. It's after you deal damage to a hostile creature during your rage.
Yeah. Okay, so 5
Which
rounds.
Means...
It would be 5 rounds then. Right?
What? Well, why would that change it? No, that wouldn't. No, that's not what I was getting at.
Because you have the... Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, you know what, Ross? Now that you've questioned it, you've made it your job to figure out what I'm getting at.
Well, I was thinking... The reason why I said... So it would have to be 5 rounds, because like the initial round that you rage and attack, that after you attack, which would only be regular rage damage, then you get the bonus. Then the next turn, you have 1 extra, then it would be 2... 3. The fourth one would happen on the 5th round.
I don't want to double check your math, Ross. That's not what I'm getting at.
So after
the important sentence is highlighted.
After you deal damage to the creature during your rage. So
what am I getting?
Wait, after you... no.
I will say, getting a level 3 Barbarian to do this and keep your rage is going to be tough, but it is totally doable. That's your clue. Here, let me help you. What does it not say in that sentence?
After you deal damage to the... It doesn't say hit. It just says damage. That is
correct. Which means there is a way to get the +4 damage, or even +4 damage immediately.
Oh, +4 damage immediately.
Yes.
Oh.
Potentially, depending on how you do it, before you make the first attack that combat.
Well, here's something I want to bring up. The fact that it says damage during your rage means that this Barbarian can gain damage charges if you are a multicasting of a caster and have Armor of Agathis or Fire Shield.
That is one way to accomplish it, but it doesn't quite get the effect I'm going for.
Right. I know. I noticed that. I'm like,
In the case of the effect I'm going for, what we're probably looking for, in all honesty, is a good old-fashioned magic item.
oh, magic. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm not being dumb, right? You can use one magic missile.
No, you can't. That's not it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
But okay. But Ross, if you could use one of magic missiles, what do you think that would change?
Well, you have it have all 3 bolts. Let's say you use it the one charge of it. You could have you could have 3 bolts fire at 3 different creatures, and because you damage at the very least a. Oh, wait, hold on. A creature just tells me 1 then, so that would only bring up 1 damage charge.
But Ross. You were there. You were there. You were there, Ross.
Oh,
you went
am I misinterpreting it?
Yes, a creature means that if you damage a different creature, the count ticks up again.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Because it says A, does it mean it's only a single creature for the damage? Okay. That's why I stumbled back. I was like, wait, hold on.
Yes.
I had a question for myself. So, stuff that would apply to other enemies. So, magic item helps with that. That's not magic missile. One of magic missile.
I mean, the magic item doesn't actually matter.
Oh, okay.
The point is, if you get some kind of AoE effect, any kind of AoE effect, you could boost your damage to max immediately. Now, there are issues with this. Most magic items that do damage like that are an action to use.
Right.
So that means you need to be confident you're taking damage. But there are ways to ensure that. Anyways.
Wait. Doesn't rage require you just to deal damage, not specifically hit?
No, it requires you to take damage or attack.
Oh, I see the issue. Okay.
Yeah. No, so it's a risky maneuver, but I feel like I would be remiss looking at this feature, which is a really nice feature, by the way.
Oh, the damage at, let's say at 20th level, this is at most 16 damage just from your rage boost.
Alright, let's keep going.
Which, goddamn, that's a lot of damage.
By 6th level, as a bonus action, you can release a thunderous battle cry, bloodling screech, or growl. Each large or smaller creature you choose within 5 feet of you is pushed 5 feet away from you and is deaf until the end of your next turn. I
do want to bring up something important, though.
Yep.
What resources is tied to?
It's not.
Exactly.
Wait. Ooh,
so it's only 5 feet, and it has to be within 5 feet.
That is, I'll be honest, this is actually wrong. Ross, thank you for pointing this out. I think this ability might need to be banned. That is strong.
Worthy, but it's strong.
It is absolutely ban-worthy.
Okay, here is my thing. You're not always going to be fighting just large or smaller creatures. A lot of them are, don't get me wrong. But also, it's 5 feet. It's 5 feet, and you're guaranteed more than
not the movement, Ross. The movement's not the issue. I know deafening doesn't sound like a big thing, but there is a reason it is the second option. What'd you say, Ross?
I see. It doesn't sound big. Deafened.
Anyways, I know it doesn't sound big. The pun was not intended. But there is a reason it is the second option at a... What level spell again?
Blindness, deafness.
Yeah, that is a... second level spell.
Okay. Honestly, please... well, first off, let me double check. Do you have to be raging when doing this?
No.
Okay. I want to double check that real quick. But also...
Yeah?
That's something I'm actually going to question you on, because...
Yeah?
When I see blindness, deafness, that spell alone...
Yep.
I, as a player, have never, ever had a moment where I thought deafening someone, which...
was useful?
Like, in comparison to blinding someone.
You're right, blinding is better, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, why would I deafen over blind? Like, what scenario?
There are a couple, well, Ross, this isn't a case of deafened over blind.
Well, I'm talking in. I know, like what are the benefits
I
of deafening
I mean,
in combat?
asking,
Because you would be using this more
yeah,
likely in combat.
yes, asking the benefits of deafening is totally fair, but asking why you would pick deafness over blindness is not fair because that's not a choice we have here. But yes, there are a couple of benefits. Number one, if bad guys can't communicate, they can't strategize. Which is a thing that you probably forget as a player, honestly. Bad guys need to talk to each other. Number two, that would be a disadvantage on perception checks. In fact, here, let me actually explain it to you. Let me actually...
Well, I knew about
Effects
I knew about
of
the disadvantage
deafness.
on perception checks, but that's
5e.
specifically when it comes to sound, right?
Yeah.
Which, I will say, the sound part does make sense for being powerful, specifically if you're dealing with the condition of, let's say your wizard cast invisibility on your rogue. Because I think invisibility, the only way that I can reason, unless the enemy can't see invisible creatures, is
Here we go. Here we go. That took me a million years to find someone that actually has this condition. There we go. Yeah, can't hear and automatically fails any ability checks that require hearing. Which, again, I know this doesn't sound good, but it is a lot better than you think it is. It is, again, it can disrupt planning. It means that players can, the party can talk safely without any worry.
Okay, please. Here's what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think outright ban, but have it to where the deafened part
Is tied to a save?
Yes.
Again, for proved or not, Ross, we are looking at it as it is, but
right.
absolutely, we can come back to that. Yeah, we can absolutely come back to this, but for now, yes, that feature is something that we're going to look at. I have to look at this feature by feature.
Yep.
Because if it turns out, I hope not, because I actually like this that third level feature.
The third level is pretty crazy. Now we got.
Anyway.
Oh my god, it's up to 11.
Whenever you make a charisma check that involves, or any check that involves playing your instrument's weapon, you can treat a d20 roll of 10 or lower as an 11. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Neat. I mean, it
When
makes
you
sense
hit
for the subclass.
By 14th level, you've learned that the best way to end a fight in performance is to smash one of your instrument's weapons entirely. When you hit a creature with your instrument weapon while you are raging, you can smash the weapon on the target, dealing an extra 4d12 damage. A non-magical instrument weapon is completely destroyed, whereas a magical instrument weapon loses its musical components and no longer counts as an instrument weapon.
And you can do this
once you use the ability, you can't use it again. So yeah, I will say this, yes. Everything else is solid, but yes, I will say tie the deafening condition to a saving throw.
Okay, I will put that in, and we'll decide on the saving throw. I'm assuming it would be con, but we will.
It would probably be con. Yeah, it'll probably con makes sense. It'll probably be con.
What's the ability called?
It is Killer Vocals. But otherwise, I will say the first subclass in here that I actually like for Barbarian. But shall we keep going, Ross? Because we're getting to the magic-y ones, apparently. We got Muscle Wizard. Which is the one they brought to the 2024 thing that they just released today as of recording.
Yeah. Which also, for the record, we're recording this the same day as the first episode of the series comes out.
Yep. Anyways, starting at third, your immense gives you advantage on charisma, which means others that you are in fact a wizard. Additionally, if someone questions your legitimate magical prowess, you can instantly fly into a rage for 1 round. The rage can't be extended and doesn't count against your number of rages following a long rest. While in this rage, you can only attack the creature that provoked your ire and the creature's allies. Alright, so first off, this is Mashal. This is the anime Mashal. But you know what?
I've never seen
this is basically the concept. A really strong guy has to convince people that he's a wizard. and he goes to basically Hogwarts pastiche.
Huh. Neat.
Shockingly solid, but let's carry on.
Yeah, technically, this is unlimited pocket rages.
I mean, let's not say it right now, Ross. This subclass is clearly for joke campaigns and joke characters.
Right.
Because you can only use this if someone questions whether you're a wizard or not.
Which
that is super conditional.
I know, but I mean, it's the theory. Anyway, we got.
Anyways, let's keep going.
Cantrips in parentheses.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You can call upon to cast cantrip. You can use the following cantrips a number of times that's equal to your strength modifier.
Okay.
You regain all expended uses when you take a short.
rest.
While you are raging,
Okay.
you can cast your cantrips at will. Using them doesn't count against your number of uses per long rest. So while you're raging, infinite of these.
Okay. So
As a bonus action, when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack on your turn, you can use your hand. You are a mage after all, to attempt to shove the target.
Okay.
Shocking Grasp. As a bonus action, make an attack on your turn. You can hit your target even harder than usual. A fact they will find quite shocking. On a hit, the target can't take a reaction until the start of your next turn. True Strike. As a bonus action, when you make an attack on your turn, you can really truly strike your target on a hit. You deal an extra 1d8 damage to the target.
Okay, Flips, can I point out something that is depressing?
What?
This barbarian
Has a better True Strike than actual True Strike?
Yes.
Let's keep
Which I
going.
think is
Let's.
fucking
I will say. So, ignoring the jokey thing, this is actually usable.
Yeah,
the
these
rest
are
of the
neat.
class.
Then we have.
By 6th level, your magic is powerful to cast every spell that exists, and no one can prove otherwise. However, you only prepared the following spells today. You can cast each of these spells once and recover all expended uses when you finish the long rest. Burning Hands. Your backhand slap is legendary. As an action on your turn, you can make an unarmed strike against each creature within your reach. On a hit, this attack deals bludgeoning damage equal to 1d8 plus your strength modifier.
In your reach.
Yeah, it's a 5 feet.
So theoretically,
Unless you're a bugbear.
Theoretically,
Mm-hmm.
let's not include the bugbear yet. If we're talking medium creatures, theoretically you could attack 8 creatures, which I'm assuming this would add your range bonus.
Yes, it would.
That's a good area of damage. But magic missile.
When you take the attack action on your turn, you can use your bonus action to make a ranged attack using a weapon you are holding. Because magic missile never misses, you have advantage on the attack roll.
Okay, neat. So, just to clarify, we can use each of these spells once per day.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so shield. As a reaction, when you're targeted by an attack, you can quickly produce a shield to defend yourself. You gain the shield's bonus to AC against the attack even if you weren't holding it before. If you are hit, you can reduce the amount of damage taken by 1d12 plus your con modifier.
You know what? That's pretty neat.
By 10th level, you are such an amazing wizard that other wizards can't even touch you. While you're raging, you have resistance to damage from spells.
Cool.
Just that is simple.
Yeah, that's simple, but I mean...
Here's what I will say. I think this sounds OP, but spells don't come up that often in the campaigns I run.
Well, I wouldn't say...
Where I'm like...
I wouldn't say it's OP, but it's really nice to have.
I mean, we have Bear Barbarian.
Right.
Anyways,
Also,
I
my
cast
God,
Fist.
the art.
Oh yeah, no, this is a guy. This is not how Master looks, by the way.
Anyway.
Starting at 14th level, you can crush your enemies with your ultimate spell, Fist. While you are raging, you can use your action and bonus action to punch your foe really, really, really hard. Make a melee attack roll with advantage against one creature within your reach. On a hit, you deal bludgeoning damage equal to 8d8. Plus your strength modifier. Once you use it, you can't use it again until you stop raging and begin a new rage. So once per rage.
Once per rage, we get a very powerful
Honestly,
attack.
for a capstone, this is good.
That is a powerful cap. Honestly, this is fun. It's very goofy.
I will say,
But
I want to note, they put some forethought in this one. There is a way to utterly cheese this at level 20 that they prevented. Good luck, Ross.
Well, here's something that I actually always forgot about this at level 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
But if you go 20 levels in Barbarian, you have unlimited rages.
Correct, and that is kind of what I'm getting at. So, how do they prevent you from using that to cheese it?
Well, I can only do it once per rage.
Yep, and what does it take to rage?
A bonus action. And doesn't it take a bonus action?
I've heard mixed
Oh!
things. You see what I'm getting at now?
Oh, because it uses your action and bone. I see where you go. Ah!
Yeah. No, right? Yeah, no. Gotta give credit. Yes. I have heard mixed things on that from different DMs. Anyways, how much magic do you bench, bro? And then we get Path of the Rage Mage, which
Which, by the way,
it seems to be. This is approved.
Yeah, this is this.
It seems
That might be
this
my favorite
seems to
subclass
be.
of the pack
Let's
so
do
far.
that. Let's do that. Let's do it for realsies this time.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see what we got. So,
Those who find, however, might learn to channel the and embark on the path throughout their rage-fueled arcane might. Such, I will say, remember the last time that? Remember that one time, Ross? You and we found a magic using Barbarian that we actually liked.
yes, and
But
honestly, I would be down to, at the very least, take a glance at it for the. I don't know for this series or just for a video in general, but
yes.
But it was a funny idea.
So one of the big things that would help with is it's super limited what spells you could cast.
Yeah, super specifically, like
Let's
very limited, and it gave context to how some of the spells worked. I think Catapult literally just threw a rock.
I mean, I'll be honest, all spells do, but they are mechanically spells, and most importantly,
right,
the selection isn't abusable. That's the big thing. Anyways, let's keep going. So we got starting when you double path 3rd level, you gain proficiency in the Arcana skill, and you can use Constitution instead of Intelligence.
Interesting choice. Okay.
Also at 3rd level, your rage manifests as a surge of arcane power.
They remembered that.
While raging, you can cast and concentrate on spells. Additionally, casting a spell on your turn counts as attacking a hostile creature for the purpose of sustaining your rage.
Your rogue? Sustaining your rogue?
You learn 2 cantrips of your choice from the Sorcerer's spell list. You learn an additional Sorcerer cantrip of your choice at 10th level.
Okay.
The Rage Maze does have a spell casting table, which we'll look at now.
Yeah, so it's,
it is your...
Which makes sense. Quartercaster makes sense for this.
Alright. The casting spells, you must be raging when it's locked. You must be raging to cast these spells.
Okay, so our magic only can be done while raging. So,
you regain all slots when you finish a long rest.
That's it. That leaves us in a weird scenario.
Yes, I'm gonna be honest. To be very clear, Ross, we're gonna need some serious limitations on what you can cast for this to be okay.
Well, no, I'm not even thinking. That's not what I was looking at. Although we still don't get the spell list.
We'll get to that in a sec. I mean, the spell list so far seems to be the Sorcerer spell list.
Right. Can I finish what my thought was real quick?
Yeah, you can, sure.
So, we're at an interesting point of, okay, a Barbarian, let's say at level 3, I think you have like 2 rages.
Yeah.
No matter what, within those 2 rages, you must, and I repeat, must use all your spell slots. Otherwise, you will not be able to access them because you must be raging in order to use them.
I mean, that doesn't mean you have to use all of them. It just means that you should use all of them. You shouldn't be worried about... I mean, anyways, but let's keep reading, because like I said, so here's my stance. There's a reason that Barbarians don't cast spells, right? That's supposed to be like the point. A large amount of the way. And so we're going to need some severe, like, something to balance it out. So let's see. 3 first-level spells, sorcerer spells of your choice, 2 of which you must choose from the evocation or transmutation, but the other can be whatever you want. When you learn more, the spells you learn can come from any. Whenever you gain a level in this class, you can replace one. Blah 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 blah. It must be no unless you're replacing the spells you gain from blah 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 blah. Charisma is your spellcasting ability.
Okay. So our DC is not going to be crazy high unless we dump either con or strength, which.
Yeah. So at this point, here's what I'm going to say, Ross, because this 3rd level ability has no real limitations. At this point, the subclass is already banned. So we are reading the rest for fun. Understand?
Well, I was gonna say let's give the rest of it a look through before we outright ban.
I want to be clear, Ross. I can say with confidence at this point it's banned because it does the thing it does is done already.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of leaves you at a double standard point because you had the other barbarian that could concentrate and do spells and
Yes,
effects as well.
and let me be clear. It's the issue here is so if you're talking about the last one, and even this,
No, not the
and even
last
the one that you're talking about, the one we looked at, it was a very, very limited spell list. That was what saved it from being banned. This is just the sorcerer spell list wholesale. I even said it when we were looking at that back then. The reason I like this is because it has such a limited spell list.
Right. I say hold the gun, like hold it, like still for a moment. Let's take a look at what it all offers.
I mean, again, Ross. Okay, Ross. Before we even look at the rest, because I want to ask you a question. What do you think I will see that'll change my mind? When the thing I am very disagreeing to is literally the first feature and has nothing else. And meaning if I take a 3-level dip in this, I get the thing I don't like. What could I possibly see that's going to change my mind?
Well, real quick, let me take a look. So
Again, we're still looking at the whole thing, Ross. We're not looking at this. But I am just letting you know right now, it would take this subclass would have to be the worst subclass ever created for me to be like, yeah, this is okay.
now watch that be the case, please.
Do you really want to play it if it's the worst subclass ever created?
I mean, it could be fun having a rageful
Anyways,
caster, but let's see.
If you take the attack action while you're raging, attack recklessly, you can use your bonus action to cast a spell in place of one of your attacks. The spell must have a casting time of 1 action or 1 bonus action.
Wait, so
You get Quicken Spell for basically free. I know you have to go reckless, but you know what? That's not that big of an issue.
I mean,
By 10th level,
Supernatural
you can
X.
channel your latent magic to perform spectacular feats of daring. Even when you aren't raging, you can cast the following spells at will, targeting yourself only, without using your spell slots or material components. Dark Vision, Featherfall, Jump, and See Invisibility. For free, whenever you want. I don't know if you remember.
That part, okay. Which, technically, yeah, because you could do this unlimited amount of times, you could literally just cast these all on yourself not at once, but okay.
Let's move on. 14th level, you manifest Surge of Arc once per turn when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack. You can spend a spell slot to create an explosion of energy at a point you choose within 10 feet of you. Each creature other than you within 10 foot radius at that point must make a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC, taking 2d6 force damage for each level of spell slot expended or half as much unsuccessful save. Yeah, this is banned. Again, Ross, I don't know what you were expecting to change my mind when I made very clear the reason I liked that other caster that we looked at years ago was because the spell list was limited. Not only does this give a Raging Barbarian access to the entire Sorcerer list, it also, as a note, lets you attack, and then as a bonus, to take your 2 attacks, and then as a bonus action, cast any action time spell you want.
Right, yeah, no, I just think pulling the trigger so early is like...
I think, Ross, if a one feature is utterly too overpowered, I will pull the trigger early. That is my job as a DM. Because you can just take 3 levels in this just to get this if you wanted. I wouldn't, but you can. But actually, that is another point. Not only do you have access to the entire Barbarian list, if you multi-class with this, you can just be a Barbarian caster.
Right, I just have the perspective of, okay, let's read the entire thing, then look at it. You know what I mean?
I get, Ross, I get your perspective, but there are some features that are no-goes. That are no-goes from the get-go. Unlimited spellcasting Barbarian, for all intents and purposes, is one of those. Because literally every other barbarian in the game is designed and very explicitly told they can't do that. Now, we can move on though. Let's calm down a bit for our last one tonight.
Let's see. Third level. Taking the dodge action counts as attacking
When you select this path at third level, taking the dodge counts to attacking for the purpose of. I don't like that. That's basically.
That's a choice. Okay.
Let's move on. Whenever you did not make an attack roll on your turn, you pair until the start of your next turn. Whenever a creature attacks the melee attack against you, you can use your reaction to make one melee open attack against that creature. Okay. Whenever you use your reaction to make an attack, you can make 2 attacks instead.
Okay.
10th level, you can chant calming verses, which I see really even. You can cast calm motions on spells once each without spending. You cast those while you are raging, your spell save. Okay, that's fine. So whenever a creature misses you with. You gain a +2 bonus to your armor class up to a maximum +6. Bonus to take damage at the start of your turn. This subclass sucks. I'm gonna say approve without thought.
That's okay. Here's the thing.
I'll say approve without thought, with exception to battle trance and also just and maybe mantra. It's hard to say.
Well, I would say, yeah, battle trance is probably the strongest ability here, for the simple reason of do you want something you could do with this? Because battle trance is not tied to specifically you basically holding your action to make a reaction.
Correct. So, there are opportunity attacks, holding a reaction, taking sentinel, a bunch of things. Now, you're absolutely right. That is a strong ability, but it's also all the subclasses really gets.
I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's a proof without thought for the simple reason of this is boring.
Honestly, yeah, you're not wrong.
Like I think of all the subclasses in the book so far that we've covered, this is the most boring one.
I hate to say it. Have we had a 1 out of 6 yet? Rating for liking it.
For liking it.
Yeah, because this Barbarian's got Wizard. 2 out of 6. Wizard only had 1 out of 6.
Oh no, we had 2. We had Familiar Master, which was approved, but he didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, there were multiple. Okay, I remember the Wizard one. We were like, Jesus Christ, it was not. Or maybe it's because a lot of them are approved without thought.
I think we have. That's why I tell you to mark approved without thought. But so I think I don't know how much. So the only ones I liked in this were Muscle Wizard and Heavy Metal. I
like Heavy Metal.
The others,
Finn was
I think
fine.
sucks.
Finn was fine.
I didn't like Finn. I didn't like it.
Right, no.
Okay, so it's not that I didn't like it. Sorry.
Finn was fine.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't like it.
Colossus, meh.
Colossus is just overshadowed by a WotC subclass.
Right, and then Rage Mage, which honestly, even though it's banned, I'm tempted to have Kerry take a look at it to see if because he hates quartercasters.
You know what? Yeah, Kerry's gonna say it's a quartercaster. Ooh.
He hates quartercasters.
But yes,
but it's also very strong.
Yeah, I want to be clear though. This is one I'm unshakable on.
Oh no, I'm not even asking for a second opinion on that one. I just want his reaction.
Anyways, that's it for Barbarian. We're almost in the subclasses. We look at the new stuff, but yeah, I hate that I am disappointed by a lot of these Barbarians. I actually really like Barbarian. Wow, these guys cannot do good Barbarians. Apparently.
Just to give an update, we have 2 classes left as we're recording of this, which is Druid and Fighter. Not in that order specifically, but
won't be long before we're getting back to the new stuff. We're getting somewhere on this.
We're making good progress. Anyway, thank you.
Anyways.
As always, stay tuned for more. Bye bye.